One of the most influential games of the last decade is definitely The Last of Us. We all fell in love with the father-daughter-like duo, Joel and Ellie. Naturally, the fans went crazy when the on-screen adaptation was announced, but they're also scared that it won't live up to the game. Let's discuss all of this and more in today's video. First up, what's the game about? Naughty Dog, a game developer for Sony, is responsible for many hit games like Jak and Daxter and Uncharted, but they're mostly known for the brilliant game The Last of Us, which was released in 2013, taking the gaming world by storm. The story begins with Joel, right as the pandemic starts, and how he loses his daughter amidst the chaos. The game manages to hit us right in the feel right from the start. Following this, we see Joel wake up 20 years later, older and rugged, in a world that's busy adjusting to the pandemic and zombie-like creatures. Just thinking about it again gives us goosebumps. Joel is seen as this strong guy who carries out some tasks for ration cars to survive in the new man-made societies. That's when he runs into his new job, delivering Ellie to a group known as the Fireflies. The 14-year-old is scared at first but transforms into a powerful character later on in the game. And all along, their relationship develops and we see Joel become a father figure again. Watching them get along definitely hit some spots for everyone. There are two other follow-up games after this, one focusing on Ellie's life and the other centering on Ellie after she grows up. So this game has already developed into different narratives. The show definitely has a lot to catch up to. With the overused zombie concept, this game brought out the narrative we never fully get with any other medium out there. Our beloved characters not only have to deal with the ever-growing threat of zombies, but with the danger that comes with living with other humans as well in a post-apocalyptic world. Now, why are fans so worried? Books, comics, and games are constantly being turned into movies and shows. Sometimes they live up to the expectations and sometimes they're a huge letdown. With video games, Netflix has been on the extreme end of both sides, with the success of The Witcher and the complete failure of Resident Evil. With that said, Last of Us fans were asked about their expectations online. One of them was concerning the zombies. Now, you may expect the gloomy, hunched down, scarred zombies from different movies, but that's not the type the game has. And if the same fear of the dangerous infected is not brought on our TV screens, it would be a huge letdown. So far, no footage of them has been released, adding to the worry. Another group of fans pointed out that the game's storyline is what sets it apart from others. The deep, scarring, character-driven plot takes you through the jarring realities of a world, our world, dealing with the disease. The game featured many small details, such as letters from strangers that amplified its effect, along with other characters that come and go. Shooting zombies left and right won't cut it, and the fans have made that clear. However, they understand that not all small details can be kept, but everyone's hoping that at least the big moments remain unchanged. Moving on, as all of us know, several different stories are portrayed at the same time sometimes in the game, and as the game goes along, we discover new and sometimes shocking details. It's not clear as of now how many have been removed and which are being focused on. Fans obviously want it all, but it might not be possible. Still, the directors feel confident in their ability to impress the fans. Will they though? Next up, we have to talk about the biggest issue fans have right now. There's one concern that stands out from the rest. Can you guess what it is? Characters. It's safe to say that we're all a little too attached to the characters. Since the game is focused mainly on the journey of Joel and Ellie, they hold a lot of importance for the fans. The majority of the fandom was concerned with the cast. While many are impressed with Pedro Pascal as Joel, Bella Ramsey as Ellie didn't sit well at all. It doesn't sound good, but let us explain. The game is crazy realistic to the point where it's like controlling the characters of a movie. The game often dissolves into scenes and then converts back into a game. Now, the Game of Thrones star is super talented for sure, but she doesn't resemble Ellie. This alone caused an outcry because she's the main character. With Joel being represented perfectly, fans feel disappointed when it comes to this. Another similar complaint was that the actors won't be able to portray the characters' quirks. Each character's personality is emphasized with letters, dialogues, environment, and scenes. The game runs deeper with the way they show Joel's emotional development. Even the way he cares changes dramatically over time in the game. With this knowledge, Pascal spoke up. He said that while he's not talented enough to play the game himself, he had his nephew play while he closely studied Joel and learned everything about Joel. The actor found Joel impressive but feared that he would get too attached to him and wouldn't be able to bring his version. That is both comforting and scary. Pascal says that the series will only deepen the fans' love for the series and not take anything away. We have high hopes for this and we're definitely excited about the release. Now, moving on to other news. First up, up, the teaser for The Last of Us is out. The show's producers are already teasing fans as they released 20-second footage for the show recently. The teaser shows Joel and Ellie walking across a snowy bridge and having a serious conversation about loss. The dialogues they exchange are popular in the games, where Joel thinks Ellie has been sheltered from pain. This was the beginning of their journey when Joel essentially wanted to not get attached to her. It happens right before they meet Bill, a very interesting character from the game. This is also where the fans first saw the actors in action and the scenery adapted for the show. Shortly after the release, Neil Druckmann, the creator, took to Twitter to hype up the show even more by saying that the fans had seen nothing yet. Following this, fellow Last of Us writer and executive producer Craig Mazin wrote that he can't wait to show what they brought to life in the series. Both of them gave no further details about the show, but we now understand that the teaser is just the tip of the iceberg. Until the show is released, fans will get more teases, clips, behind-the-scenes images, and a trailer. There's a lot to look forward to. Next up, the series will explore different avenues than the game. Fans have been waiting for HBO's The Last of Us ever since it was announced. The show's production and filming started back in June of 2021, and it recently wrapped up. Bella Ramsey, who plays Ellie, spoke to reporters about how careful they had to be to bring a beloved story to life. She feels confident that even though people are worried as it's something precious to them, they're going to love the adaptation. The show follows the emotions of the game and honors it well, but the live adaptation does explore different avenues that we didn't see in the game. She continued to say that playing Ellie was a fun experience. The young star hopes the fans also feel it as they watch her in action. This is comforting, especially after what happened with Uncharted. For those of you who haven't seen it, Uncharted was a huge letdown. It was widely criticized and flopped in general. It did have a huge cast featuring Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, but that didn't matter to the fans. With that said, the storyline has to be good, otherwise it's money and time wasted. Last up, will the producers fix a supposed flaw in the game? Now, Bill is one of the game's more complicated and interesting characters. He's paranoid, protective, and runs a town alone. But in the game, it's implied that he's gay. The game came out almost a decade ago when gay characters in games weren't common. But in the two other games based on The Last of Us, Ellie is also shown to be openly gay, so it's no longer hidden for Ellie. But what about Bill? Bill makes many references to a supposed partner named Frank, seeming to hide his sexuality. It's never confirmed in the games if it's true. When it's discovered that Frank is dead, Bill tries to play it off like it didn't matter. This leaves a question hanging over HBO. Will it matter in the show? And will we know why it does? That's a wrap for this video. What's your biggest expectation of The Last of Us? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you at the next one.